Well, how about first night, Brett? It was a pretty good start to the rodeo there. Night number 1, Tuesday night. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good first night, and I think one of the things in particular when we look at 365 days ago from 2018, from really the improvements and the little changes that they've made, I've been really excited to see them. I mean, Westerner Park, first and foremost, have been incredible hosts for this event, but the little changes that they've made as we look around here in our trade show space and so many things that are surrounding the Canadian Finals Rodeo have just really been ratcheted up a notch in the words of Dave Paulson, my partner up there. So
both of you get checking the round last night. It's a good start, kind of get some money off the bat, isn't it, Richmond?
Absolutely. That first round's all about momentum. Everybody's nervous. We haven't been on in a month or so it's more so just the nerve-wracking experience of getting on again and being here at the Canadian Finals. So you kind of get that out of the way, and then you can start seeing a little clearer moving forward.
I didn't realize you would take a month off before the CFR. A lot of guys would continue going the entire time, but that's probably one of the only chances you have for downtime, isn't it?
Yeah, it turns into more gym time, really getting, physically ready for this, and then, the riding, hopefully you remember how to do it when you get here.
Stacy, what has the preparation been like for you coming into your first CFR here?
Dressing warm.
Yeah.
It's been cold. No, just the same. I gave her a week off after Hannah, and then just start riding again, and more just exercising. Yeah, I didn't make a run before the CFR. I just want to save her, and some people go around a lot and keep them tuned, but she's seasoned enough. I'm hoping she'll be good.
The horse you're talking about is Kay. And I read a story from Cassie Hausauer on her website, and she mentioned that you had a few issues with your horse at one point. And one thing ended up being a thyroid medication that you gave to her that helped bring her back to being normal?
I did, yeah. She was about 3 days going to be a broodmare because I couldn't financially afford to. They didn't know what was wrong with her. Every vet wanted to inject something, and I was like, no, I know my horse, she's not sore. And finally, Bailey Stanton brought me to somebody, and we got her figured out, and he said, let's try this thyroid medication. And I said, how much? Because I was done. I was like, she's going like in 3 days back to Colin Bowne, who bred her. And yeah, I said, I'll try it for $45 a month. And probably 3 weeks later, she was a different horse. And yeah, now we're here.
How long ago was that?
2017, I think it was.
So yeah. Right before you win the Lakeland Finals the next year, and then make the step this past spring to come to your first CFR.
Yeah, it's been quite a crazy ride. Yeah.
Brett, I want to go back to you. We're talking about preparation for the CFR between Richmond and Stacy, but what was it like for you?
I think it's just. Yeah, geez, that's a good question.
Does he ever stop talking?
Yeah, do I ever stop talking? I did for a while.
Do you have
I was
vocal
really proud of
rest?
you. You were. Yeah, I was getting worried there for a minute. Like, when am I going to get to talk again? Stacy's just rolling. But no, I think. Having been a part of this industry now for, nearly 20 years, it's hard to believe it's been that long. I started pretty young as an announcer, but just kind of going through my preparations, and they're pretty similar. I like to know everybody's credentials, where they've been, and what major accomplishments they've had, what rodeos they've won throughout the 2019 season, and then I'll take a few years and kind of look back and what happened at the Canadian Finals Rodeo and what rounds they've won, maybe what horses they've had. So I always find that as much homework as I can have, I just feel more comfortable just being prepared. And some days use 10% of what you have, but I just find that the better I am prepared, the better I feel. And I think every announcer has their different style, and some are more kind of educational based and statistical based, and I can fall under that heading sometimes. There's lots of times that I'll run a lot of statistics at people, but for me, that's also what I think's really cool as a fan, because at the end of the day, I'm really just a big rodeo fan, and if I can sell this sport and convey my message so that people maybe all of a sudden in 1 or 2 nights they didn't know Stacy Ruzicka, but by performance 3, how can I make her special in their minds so that performance 4, 5, and 6, they're rooting for this cowgirl that they never even knew because she's got this incredible story about a horse that 3 years ago was going to be nothing more than a broodmare and was given up on, and all of a sudden, hey, something changed and things started to click, and now a dream comes true. So if I can convey those messages to the crowd, I guess that's what I look for, and I do that through sometimes, you know, statistical analysis, if you would, and talking about championships and where they came from and the backstories, and so that's probably the majority of the homework and those storylines that I like to start with.
Thank you, Richmond. Brett, Stacy, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it.